Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel and today we are going to talk about site-to-site VPN. As in the last couple of videos we have seen that point-to-site VPN, how we can configure it, how we can test it out in the environment. And in today's video I'm going to talk about site-to-site VPN configuration. If you want to see some theoretical part on this, you may watch the entire previous series video where we have discussed on these topics. So let's start the implementation of this site-to-site VPN configuration. So first we have to connect to Azure subscription, could be through portal, could be through shell, wherever the way which you want. Then we have to configure a VNet along with a gateway subnet. So normally we are configuring a VNet just for the network purpose. We are not configuring a gateway subnet in that, but here we have to configure it. Need to add the local site and add the public IP to our VPN device. VPN device is in your on premises because site to site VPN, you are going to configure the two sites, right? The one is VPN, which is a VPN device that is hosted at your on premises, and the another VPN device that will be from Azure side. So in that Azure, you have to add your local site and you must have an public IP address at your VPN server that is published on through on premises. So that you have to take care. I will install a Windows Server VPN services and use that along with public IP address. Then you have to configure your virtual gateway, VPN device configuration. You need to configure a VPN connection, and finally we will test it out, the verification of that VPN. So these are the steps we are going to do in this and the next month, probably in the next video also. So you can watch my previous series of this video in the playlist that is in description box, and previous and the next video link is also in uh, description box. So you can take it from there. So let's start it. First, you have to deploy a Windows VPN server or any VPN server, Linux based anywhere. It's up to you. So I'm going to deploy a one VPN server here that is on-premises server. So I just need to add the roles and install the services. I've taken a Windows Server 2012 to install the VPN services. This is my local VPN SVR. And you need to ensure that you must have two NIC cards which must be associated in your server. One is your external one. This one is my external net card, and this is my internal NIC card which is connected for internal network or internal users. This is a recommendation for any VPN. Okay, so just clicking on next to get services get installed. So click on the remote access, next, then just click next. I'm going to install VPN, add the features as well as routing services. So these two you have to select it in the roles, remote access roles. Click next to get it finished. Okay, so I have done that. Now I just go to my server and check my public IP, what exactly the IP right now I have. Okay, so this is my public IP. It's 13.68.241.432. We have to use this, where I will let you know later on. So in the meantime, it's getting installed. I just go back to my Azure portal and deploy VNet configuration. So let me just quickly move back here, and I'm going to log in at my server portal, create as resource, and from here you can configure a virtual network. So let me just quickly create it. Select the virtual network right now. I'm just going to create it. I don't have a work group, resource group right now created, so I'm just going to create it also. Site to site VPN. It would be, if you already have a resource group, you can select it, that one. And then it's going to put it a name, S2S VNet. Then IP address assignment, the default range which they have already provided, I'm taking it as it is. If you want to change it, you can also change the subnet or segment address. Security, not going to add anything specific, keep it as it is. Tagging I don't require right now, so I'm just going to create it. It will take a couple of minutes in the deployment. Let me go back at my server and see. Okay, so the installation is finished in my on-premises environment. We have to do a couple of configurations that I will show you later on. We have to go to routing and remote access. You can see the role is installed, but the service is in stop state. We will bring up the service soon. So, okay, so my virtual network deployment is completed. I just go to my resource, that is site-to-site VPN, and here we have to add a gateway subnet. So this is the subnet that is used by this VNet, but now we have to add a gateway subnet. That would be from here. So I'm just going to add it here, a gateway subnet. Uh, I can take it as 27. It would be totally depend how many number of uh, IPs you required. Right now I don't require much, so I'm taking it 27, and the minimum requirement is 28. So you can take the minimum as 28, not less than that. If you are going to take it, it will get error later on. But no here. So I'm just going to take it as a 27. The 28 is the minimum requirement. It would be totally depend how many network IPs you want for your network gateway segment. So I'm going to keep it as it is, leaving it everything as it is same and just clicking on save to adding this gateway subnet. So the default subnet is this one. And now that another one which I have just added, it's a gateway subnet. Okay. The next step, what we have to do, we have to create a virtual network gateway and installation and configuration of this routing and remote access. So let me just go back at my home and create a new resource, that is virtual network gateway. Virtual network gateway. Just click on this and click on create to continue. It's asking me to put a name, so I'm taking it. Okay. Selecting type is router, and I'm taking it as SQKS basic. I don't require much configuration over there, so it would be totally depend for your costing. It asked me to select. You can see the resource group is not there. So once you select a virtual network from here, it will automatically take the referred resource group. So you cannot directly or explicitly assign it. You have to use the VNet, and according to the VNet, it will take and place that virtual network gateway resource group here. Now you can see the gateway subnet which we have already added, so it's mapped here. So that's why we have to first add the gateway subnet. Public IP, it's asking me to select a public IP. Obviously, both ends required, like the on-premises require a public IP facing node or NIC card, same as your virtual network gateway also required. So at virtual network gateway, I am just putting it I'm just going to create a new public IP here. The name, you have to mention anything what you want. Click next to do some tagging if you want. I don't want right now. Go ahead and directly create it. So the creation of virtual network gateway can take up to 30, 40 or 45 minutes sometime also. So just keep watching till now, and I will be back in the next video soon to connect it. Till the next video link is also in description box, so you can take it from there. Till that time, thank you.